apologize, you're sorry, you're remorseful, you show contrition for your actions, and just give him a little while. Something will go, somebody will have some success, he'll be upset that, like, I'm better than that guy, he's playing and I'm not, and he'll lash out again, kind of like this. See, he's never going to forgive JuJu Schuster. JuJu has something that he says is rightfully mine, the team MVP. He believed that's his award, Skip. JuJu was the #1 receiver. He caught more passes, if I'm not mistaken, than Antonio Brown. Skip, and Antonio's looking at like he's the old school. John Taylor was never going to catch more passes in the season than Jerry Rice. Alvin Harper was never going to catch more passes in the season than Michael Irvin, Skip.
Lord, no.
So he's looking at like, hold on, how you going to say I'm #1? And y'all throw him more passes than me, and y'all turn around and vote him the MVP. Y'all know I'm better than him. He's lashing out at two guys that's been his staunchest supporters. When Pittsburgh all of a sudden started to come, like, you know what, we like over this, and nobody was saying anything. JuJu said, that's my guy. I look up to him.
He did.
Nobody else.
You're right.
Because remember last year, Skip, when and I said, Skip, I'd never seen anything like this. The way they criticized Le'Veon, knowing what AB was doing in that locker room, and they still was signed with AB when Le'Veon was just trying to get his money. I said, I've never seen anything like this.
Yep.
But even they soured on that. But see, the thing is with Derek Carr, what he got a problem with Derek Carr is that Derek Carr didn't do what Tom did. Tom likes his tweets, likes his IG posts, says, you know, it was reported that Tom thought he wanted him. Think about this for a second. Tom Brady has 6 Super Bowl wins. Tom Brady has 4 MVP, 3 regular season. And he couldn't get him on the roster. What kind of cachet do you think David Carr gonna have of getting him on the roster, Skip? Derek Carr. What? He has nothing. If Brady can't pull strings and get you on the roster, Derek Carr has no chance, Skip.
Plus, remember, in the end, after AB was gone, Derek basically said good riddance. So that's what happened. But the bridge was burned.
But, Skip, you remember in training camp, when he didn't show up to meetings and everything, Derek Carr was up there saying, hey, we with you, bro.
I know.
He is our brother.
He was.
Lock, stock, and lock. And at some point in time, you're not going to be here. I can't keep wishing you was here. I can't think about what could have been. You gone. But, Skip, AB got enabled at a very early age. And his talent, because think about it. Now, they asked AB, it's reported, Jay Glazer said it was reported that they asked him not to show up with an entourage. He showed up, they worked him out anyway. And then the headline was what? He ran great routes and caught everything, you see? And this is not unique. Now, I don't want people to think this is unique to sports, because the greater you are at whatever your profession is, the more leeway they give you. The great programmers, they go to Google and Microsoft and they get more leeway than someone that's not as talented they are. That's just the way it works. But I'm not surprised by nothing AB is doing. I told you, Skip Bayless, and I first guessed it. I said, hey, Steelers, y'all need to move on. I said, he's not going to change. I said, he's only going to get worse.
You said don't give him his new deal.
No.
2016.
It has been a while,
So all it is that for me, Skip, I wouldn't want to be the guy's teammate. I wouldn't want to be the guy's teammate because I just think as talented as he is, I think he's corrosive for any locker room. And eventually he'll get in there and he'll destroy it from within.
Yep. So I'm looking at these 2 tweets, and I'm going to sort of psychoanalyze. So the first one, I assume this is a reference to Boo Boo the Fool, like Boo Boo the Fool Schuster. Like he's really, this is low, boy. This is go.
Wow.
And he goes, Bum's, without using other words that we can't talk about, that's pretty low, right?
Yes.
And then learn some respect. I never thought JuJu ever showed him any disrespect.
He did.
I don't know of any. Maybe there's some behind closed doors, but I didn't get it.
Right.
The team, in Antonio's mind, showed him disrespect by voting JuJu the MVP of the team. Right?
Yes.
And then we go to Derek Carr. And I must admit, I did chuckle at this because he said, tell Derek Carr I'll buy his house in Vegas.
Skip.
And it's actually pretty deep because he's saying you'll last one more year under Gruden and you're going to be gone. And that's got some possibilities to it. Okay? Because Derek played pretty well this year, but I still always get the feeling John was critical of him after the last game when he lit it up, but he didn't run enough.
Right.
He didn't take advantage of open lanes where he could have taken off on 3rd and.
It's never going to be good enough for Gruden. You know how
I'm afraid you were right about that. So I did chuckle at this, but it's a low blow.
And then told the man to take the Rolex to Tom Brady.
He did. He did. So if I'm a GM or a coach of another team, it's so relentless, his attacks on ex-teammates, that my instinct would be, I don't want that guy on my side because he's going to turn on my side too, right?
What's the crux of all this? JuJu, although he was injured, he played. Although Derek Carr maybe didn't play up to the billing that everybody expected of him, he's playing.
Yeah.
AB's home.
Yeah.
So I'm home. I'm miserable. All I have time to do is sit and think and reminisce of what could have been. And then I tweet out the most boo. JuJu have gone above and beyond. Give that man great deference. Bro, you the senior meme. I just want to say, hey, I'm trying to learn from you, bro. How you, everything except I'm going to come to meetings on time. I'm going to come to practice on time. I'm not going to be super disrespectful. He all the work ethic, because what's the one thing, Skip? Everybody says, oh, he a hard worker. Okay, what about coming to meeting on time? What about being professional? What about coming to practice on time? What about being respectful to his teammates? Nobody ever says anything about that, but he's a hard worker.
Once he gets there. Yeah.
Skip, they holding up meetings. They holding up practice for this dude.
That's true.
You know, but look here. Boy, he'd have lasted, I promise you, Skip. He'd have probably lasted, he probably lasted a year with Mike. Probably a year.
Yeah,
that's all he got.
Surprised you give him a year.
Because here's the thing, Skip. Because at some point in time, Mike's going to realize the more you get, the better you become. That's the reason why he traded Clinton Portis. He saw what Clinton Portis was going to become. And he's like, I'm not going to deal with it.
Yep. Okay. So ESPN last week, I believe, reported that Antonio had sought and undergone some counseling.
It's not working.
Okay. All right. But what has empowered Antonio now to lash back out on Twitter again?
Saints called him.
The Saints called him. Sean Payton re-empowered Antonio Brown. And not only did he call him, he still let him, after he had asked him not to bring an entourage, he still let him with the entourage work out with the other receivers. And it was reported, and I'm sure it came from Sean Payton, I guess it came from him, that Antonio lit it up in the workout, right? Well, Antonio, certainly he reads everything about Antonio, so he knew that, and he's like, I'm back. I got this.
And guess what, Skip? He lit it up, caught everything, ran excellent routes. But guess where he is as we speak right now? On his couch. So what have they gotten him? You tweeting, doing all this, and at the end of the day, you still home.
Okay, but he's saying between the lines of both these tweets, I'm going to win. I will prevail before this is over. And in his heart of hearts, because Sean Payton tapped him on the shoulder and said, come on down, he revalidated him, I'm going to win. It may take a while for me to get reinstated, but I will. And when I do, I'm going to show all you up. I'm going to show up Boo-Boo the Fool, and I'm going to buy Derek Carr's house in Las Vegas, right?
Yeah. Derek Carr should have tweeted back and said, well, pay for the stuff that you already got. Don't worry about my house. You know, you could pay your bills that you owe. Okay,
and I'm going to reiterate the point that you keep making, that Antonio is reading all of his responses on Twitter and everything, Instagram, everything else, and they are also empowering him, because I'm sure a lot of people are saying, do it. Be your own man. Beat the system. Right?
You don't need him. You don't need...
Do it your way. Okay.
I was just looking at how many likes. It has 30,000 likes, the Boo-Boo tweet. So, I mean, a lot of people are still giving him the likes and the attention.
And that's what he's living for now. Likes, mentions, clicks.
At some point, that's going to get old, though, and boring if you want to be playing the game.
It's going to be very interesting in the long run to see who wins and who loses here. Because if he gets back on a team and makes another Pro Bowl and has another big year, then you can say he won, right? Is it possible he's going to stay on his couch?
For the foreseeable future?
No, I mean for the long haul.
Oh, no, he'll get back into the league because, like you said, he's a hard worker. He caught everything, Skip.